Hello friends, in previous video we already seen that how to know whether given reaction will follow SN1 mechanism or SN2 mechanism. So we seen that there are four factors which decides the whether given reaction will follow SN1 or SN2 mechanism. So these factors are effect. The first factor is effect of structure of substrate. Okay, that is the reactant structure. Okay, second, effect of leaving group. Effect of leaving group. Third factor is effect of nucleophile. Effect of nucleophile. Okay. Fourth factor is effect of solvent. Effect of solvent. Okay, so these four factors decides whether given reaction will follow SN1 or SN2 mechanism. So in this four factor we the first two factors are already we discussed. Okay, so now in this video we are going to see the effect of nucleophile. Okay, so effect of nucleophile. Okay, so we already discussed that the SN1 or SN2 mechanism are different only in the participation of nucleophile in the rate determining stage. In SN1 there is no participation of nucleophile in RDS, and in SN2 there is a participation of nucleophile in RDS. Okay, so the key difference between the SN1 and SN mechanism is the whether the nucleophile participate in slow step or fast step. In SN1 reactions, the role of nucleophile is in the fast step. So therefore, SN1 reaction do not depends on concentration and nature of the nucleophile used. Okay, but in SN2 reaction, the role of nucleophile is in the slow step, and therefore SN2 reaction depends upon the concentration as well as nature of nucleophile used. Okay, so that is the nucleophilicity of reagent. So let's say these two factors, that is concentration of nucleophile and nature of nucleophile. Okay, let's see first concentration of nucleophile. Okay, concentration of nucleophile, and we know that if we increase the concentration of nucleophile, the SN2 reaction increases. SN2 reaction mechanism rate increases because SN2 reaction depends on concentration of nucleophile. So an increasing concentration of nucleophile increases the rate of SN2 reaction, and decreasing concentration of nucleophile will decrease the SN2 reaction. So that is concentration of nucleophile is directly proportional to SN2 reaction rate. Okay, if we increase the concentration of nucleophile, SN2 reaction rate is also increases. Okay, so total nucleophile concentration depends on the SN2 reaction rate. With the decreasing concentration of nucleophile, the reaction changes in the mechanism from SN2 to SN2. If we increase or decrease concentration of nucleophile, then mechanism will shift from SN2 to SN1 or SN1 to SN2. If we decrease the concentration, then reaction mechanism shifts from SN2 to SN1. If increase in concentration, if decrease in concentration. Okay, if there is decrease in concentration, then reaction mechanism shifts from SN2 to SN1. And if there is increase in concentration, then there is a SN1 to SN2 mechanism. Okay, so if decrease in concentration, then reaction rate decreases from SN2 to SN1 or shifts SN1 mechanism to SN1. Okay, from this we conclude we can say that high concentration of nucleophile favors SN2 reaction and low concentration favors SN1. High concentration of nucleophile leads to SN2 mechanism, and low concentration of nucleophile leads to SN1 mechanism. Okay, these 2 points can be remembered. Okay, now let's discuss second factor, that is nature of nucleophile. Nature of nucleophiles means nucleophilicity. Okay, as a nucleophile is involved in the rate determining step of SN2 reaction, so changing the nature of nucleophile changes the rate of reaction. Okay, in SN1 nucleophile is involved in the fast step, hence there is no effect of changing the nature of nucleophile. So nature of nucleophile is independent in case of SN1 mechanism, or SN1 mechanism is independent on nature of nucleophile. So SN1 mechanism is independent on nature of nucleophile. Okay, nature of a nucleophile is described in terms of nucleophilicity. So can be discussed in terms of nucleophilicity. It is defined as, let's see, definition of nucleophilicity. What is nucleophilicity? So it is defined as ability to donate an electron pair to form a covalent bond. It is an ability to donate an electron pair to form a covalent bond. So nucleophilicity can be defined as it is the ability to donate an electron pair to form a covalent bond. Okay, more is the ability to donate electron pair, more is the nucleophilicity. Okay, so the reagent which has more tendency to donate electron pair has higher nucleophilicity, or can be said as more nucleophilic. Since the basicity also involves the donation of electron pair, in general nucleophilicity should correlate with the basicity, but there is a slight difference between the base and nucleophiles. So base in there is small difference between the nucleophile and base, because base donates its electron pair to H plus only. Okay, and nucleophile can donate electron pair to carbon. So this is more slightly different between the base and nucleophiles. Okay. Now let's see the criteria for nucleophilicity. Criteria for nucleophilicity. Criteria for nucleophilicity. Criteria for nucleophilicity. Okay, let's see one by one. First, a negative charge species is more nucleophilic than its neutral molecule. Okay, first is negatively charged species is more nucleophilic than neutral molecule or species. Neutral molecule or species. For example, OH minus is more nucleophilic than H2O. Okay, so this is a negatively charged species and this is a neutral molecule, respectively neutral molecule. Okay, so negative charge species is more nucleophilic than its neutral atom because negative charge is easily donated to other atoms or carbon. Okay, so it can be easily donated to the carbon atom, so it is a more nucleophilic. Okay, because it want to stabilize by giving its or by neutralizing its negative charge, so it is a more nucleophilic. Okay, second, if the attacking atom is same, nucleophilicity decreases with the basicity. If attacking atom is same, nucleophilicity increases with basicity. That is, stronger the base, stronger the base, comma, stronger is the nucleophile. Stronger is the nucleophile. Okay, let's say example, C2H5, that is ethoxide ion, is more nucleophilic than phenoxide ion. Is more nucleophilic than acetate ion and is more nucleophilic than ENO. Minus T. Okay, if we see the trends of basicity, then it is decreases from ethoxide to this acetate ion, so basicity decreases. Okay, if we see the nucleophilicity trend, it is also decreases with the basicity, so nucleophilicity also decreases. In same manner. Okay, because in this case there is a if we see the structural effect, then there is a plus I effect of ethyl group, which destabilize this negative charge and making it a more nucleophilic, because it wants to give electron faster to the other atom, so it is a more nucleophilic. In this case, there is a partially stabilization of this negative charge to the in the ring, so its tendency decreases, its tendency of donating electron pair is decreases. Okay, so nucleophilicity also decreases. In this case, there is also a minus R effect of this carbonyl group, and minus R I effect also is there, so which decreases the nucleophilicity. Okay, so basicity decreases in this direction and nucleophilicity also in the same manner. Okay, now third, okay, when attacking atom belongs to the same period, attacking atom belonging from same period of the periodic table, same period of the periodic table, then the nucleophilicity correlates with the basicity. Then nucleophilicity correlates with the basicity. Okay, for example H2O is less basic than NH3. Okay, so attacking atom, that is oxygen, in this molecule there is attacking atom is nitrogen, so oxygen and nitrogens are belonging from the same period. Okay, we know that the nitrogen is more basic, so its nucleophilicity also increases, because its tendency to donate a lone pair of electron is increases, because there is a less electronegativity. Okay, oxygen is more electronegative than nitrogen, so nitrogen can donate its lone pair easily and making it a more basic and more nucleophilicity, electronegativity. Okay, let's say another example. OH minus is less basic than NH2 minus. Okay, because NH2 minus is very unstable and it try to stabilize immediately. Okay, so it is a more basic and more nucleophilic. Okay, so here we can also see that the nitrogen is more electronegative and holds electron very tightly, so it is a more stable, and nitrogen is unstable, so it's try to donate its lone pair electron to other atom easily, so making it a more basic and more nucleophilic. Okay, so the fourth point is, if the attacking atom belongs to the same group, if the attacking atom belongs to same group in the periodic table, then nucleophilicity does not correlate with the basicity. Correlate with the basicity, that is reciprocal to the basicity. Okay, so for example, F minus is more basic than chloride, is more basic than bromide, is more basic than iodide. Okay, so this is the order of basicity. Order of basicity. Fluoride is more basic than chloride, chloride is more basic than bromide, and bromide is more basic than iodide. Okay, if we see the order of nucleophilicity, it becomes reverse. Order of nucleophilicity. Fluoride is less nucleophilic than chloride, chloride is less nucleophilic than bromide, and bromide is also less nucleophilic than iodide. So iodide is a more nucleophilic. Okay, so this is because if we go down in the group, in the periodic table, the size of atom increases and electronegativeness decreases, and due to this, outer electrons are more easily polarized and initiate the bond formation more easily from the longer distance. This makes the larger atom more nucleophilic than the smaller attacking atom. Okay, in this case, the fluorine atom having a size is very small and as compared to the iodine. Okay, so iodine having a larger size, so its electron are more easily polarized than fluoride. So this can be given to the other atom and forming a bond. Okay, so there is a easily formation of covalent bond, and hence its nucleophility is more. As the size increases, nucleophility is also increases. Okay, so this is the nature of nucleophile. Okay, that is the effect of nucleophile. So fourth factor that decides whether a given reaction will follow SN1 or SN2 mechanism, that is nature of solvent, that we will discuss in the next lecture. Okay, thank you.